bring my life to life. I wanna live again. I have seen your power. You turn deserts into seas. Would you breathe on me? Let these dry bones live again. You're everything, you're everything, oh, you're everything I need. Oh, you're everything, you're everything, oh, you're everything I need. I will never rest till I find the spring of life. Come and quench my thirst. You alone can satisfy. You are all I need. In you I find everything. It's you I see. I can't have no other. You're everything. You're everything.
We gotta start the show. We got to start the show, everyone. Hello, and welcome once again. It is Youthful Radio Show. Woo! Okay, I just have to be childish, you know me.
Yeah, of course, sometimes you just have to be.
We need to hype the show by ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to be our audience.
Please.
Yeah.
Because, of course, it starts with us.
Yes. We need to enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, funny enough, like I think along the way, it's like I started forgetting that we're supposed to just enjoy ourselves. I was just always thinking deep. I'm just
You see?
thinking deep.
Yeah.
But today I want to chill.
Okay.
I want
I
to
mean, you're
chill.
in
So
Nigeria,
we want to
brothers. You have
chill.
to think deep all the
Honestly.
time. And like, it's
True.
difficult to create a balance. Like, sometimes you have to remind yourself to smile.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, did you smile today?
Thank God for the show. I've been
Yeah,
smiling and
true,
I've been
though.
laughing.
Oh, yeah.
You have to remind yourself. So it's understood. We know where you're coming from. We're in this together. Yes.
We day in this together.
Yes.
Oh well, so today we want to start off this way. I want to ask us a question.
Mhm.
So I'm not even pretty sure if this question will apply to Rachel because she has always been saying that things don't really get to her. Like things don't really
Oh,
get to
so
her.
Wow.
But
Okay.
but have you been in a situation where you see like okay, so I've already outlined that this is how my time should be. I should finish school by this time. I should be married by this time. That's the big one.
Yeah.
I should be married by
And you
this
shouldn't
age.
even
I should be doing this by this time. I should have done this by this time.
Yeah.
And you turn and you see that somebody who did not even want to do it in the first place. and
It's
so
just
they
having
did
it
it.
and
Just
just
going,
just
just
happening.
going.
How can we?
Story of
Yeah.
my life.
And you get,
Mm.
but have you got to that point that you're thinking, oh God, how I wish I was just in that person's shoes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is reality, right?
Yeah.
And yes, there are a lot of things that come to people you feel they don't even deserve it. This thing happened to this person, and me that have been doing this. God, are you not watching?
But funny enough, I legit said that once.
said
Like,
that, like,
I was like,
truthfully.
excuse. So someone posted that this person is getting married, and I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing was that they posted the invitation, then the traditional marriage, then the church wedding, and everything was just looking so. I'm like, excuse me, people, is this really the same girl? Because I don't think that she should be.
Or you just know the amount of hustle way they do,
And
like
then-
you know that. Share the same multiple stream income. you have millions of incomes of streams, and then somebody will just got do one small something,
And
And you
then
just
boom,
see
that
the
person
person
has
you
made
see.
I'm
it.
like, wait a minute. So this my hard work like this up to now. I'm
And
struggling
then-
with
Just for
2K
nothing.
account balance.
Do you know, like, this thing really, but it happens a lot. Like, I know
It-
when I
it
was
happens,
like, I
yeah.
told myself by this age I should be married, maybe let's say with 2 kids or something,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, and then I'm just here, and I'm like, wow, what's happening? And then I'm like, this person that we had the same plan with, this person is already married, and then he has 2 kids. Do you
Honestly.
understand?
Excuse me,
I
what is
take
going on?
Like
Yeah.
what's going
It's
on?
like, are we on the same?
like someone would say
It's our
Nazoreki
universe
and
different.
Adunia.
Exactly.
Like seriously, but then there's something we fail to understand
Mhm.
that there's time for everything.
There
Yeah.
is.
It could be your time today, and then it's not my time today, and then I feel like, why is that it's happening to Prudence and not me?
Funny enough, I watched the movie.
Okay.
Interesting. I think that I love the whole concept they got in the movie. So there's this thing that they call the timeline, and everything has to go on within the timeline. If you veer off a little bit from
Your
the timeline,
yeah, it
they would
change
they would have to
everything,
go
so you
on.
have to go back.
Yes,
Hmm,
yes.
hmm,
So
yeah, I
so
know it.
basically that's how it is in life, and that's why we're talking about timelines today.
Yes.
See, as we just started the show, some of us, people like me, I was thinking about this time. I would have
Mhm.
done some. I would have been somewhere right now,
Of
not
course,
here.
Yes.
I would have
Yes.
been way ahead of this
Way
place.
ahead, true.
I would have gotten more certificates. Sometimes I'm beginning to wonder whether the
Mhm.
certificates do matter.
Sometimes you even ask yourself, is it a sin to have ambition? Because imagine if I
True.
didn't care of becoming anybody in the first place. Like,
What would
let's
have
be
happened?
realistic.
Like,
What if I don't care? What if I have no plans to be anybody? Would I even care
Care,
whether I am where
yeah.
I'm supposed to be or not?
Mm.
Then you start wondering, come on, am I even? Maybe it's wrong to be ambitious. Oh wait, Lord, why am I asking you for purpose when it feels like I'm not even close to what you want me to do or
Mhm.
what I feel I should be doing
Yeah.
for you? And you just start wondering, like, maybe it's just better to be like no plan,
ambition.
just whatever life throws at you, yeah, take it,
Let's
pocket
just
the
go
one
ahead.
you
Just
pocket,
keep
and then
on moving.
yes, because it is stressful. It is very stressful to feel that you're not where you're supposed to be. Even if you feel you're where you're supposed to be, it's only for a short period of time.
Mhm.
There's just the gratitude that lasts for a very short period of time, or this happiness or joy.
Yeah.
Then at a point in time you start feeling, no, I'm not supposed to be here. And to be honest, it's our environment that makes us feel like that. I literally came across a meme. Person wey dey 30
Mm.
na old person. You die at 30, you're a small boy.
You just imagine.
And funny enough, we were having this
Exactly.
discussion not long ago.
Yes.
And it's crazy that you would hear people saying things like, at 30, you're old enough to
old
do
to
this.
do
You're
this, to
old.
do
You're an
that."
old person. And then you die at 30, and people are like, oh no, this guy died really
Very
young.
Oh my God, he's young. Oh, what a
so-
bright future. I mean,
So
like-
so explain to me what the
see,
what
even
what the
40,
understanding
even
is
40, they'll
behind
say
this, or
young
like
man.
the
Even
ideology.
40, very young man. He just got married recently.
And his
he
and
was
his
about to
future
get
is
married.
bright.
Very young. He still have plenty time. Oh, like really, even at 40. And then you try to add the picture, right? And then you see that, you know what, people, there's nothing wrong with feeling I need to be here or there.
Yeah.
But majority of the pressure concerning where you're supposed to be is because of society. In society, and society is confused. That's why a 30 person is old, a 30-year-old is old, and why a dead 30-year-old is small
Is young.
picking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you think
Exactly.
about all these things, you tend to understand that this life no balance.
You know,
That is
balance
what they say.
at all.
But then somebody will say, you know balance now, you know stand well.
Even if you stand well,
But it's not about
It's
that.
not
Turn you
wrong.
upside
It's
down.
not wrong for you to be ambitious. It's not wrong for you to have a purpose.
It's
It's
not.
not wrong for you to plan something for yourself.
Mhm.
But the problem is, if it doesn't work out the way you planned it, you shouldn't give up. That's the truth. And then don't look at someone and be like, because this person has made it right now, I'm supposed to make it as well. I'm supposed to be in the same level.
Yeah.
Now you're in a competitive race with that person.
An unhealthy, toxic competition.
Thank you. Because when you end up doing that, that is when you realize you're doing a lot of things out of your way.
You
True.
see,
So
you see, one thing that we fail to understand is that life is a race. Oh.
Do you
Please.
understand? Everybody is
Everybody
running
has
his or
one-
her race.
One track,
And this is not
but
Diamond League.
you run from
So,
different levels.
Yes, it's not Diamond League, and you're not Amusan, you are not whoever is the other
Whoever it
person
is,
from
yes.
US, and
So
who that
then
you're
if
not.
you are running your race,
There's
you
no
should run
first
your
place
race. There's no
in
first
this
place
race.
in
That's
this
the
race. That's the
difference.
truth.
Yes, there's
Funny
no-
enough, everybody has his time of finishing the race. See,
Simple.
if I finish by
Everybody.
this time, or if I reach this point by this time,
So
my
this
sister, my brother.
So
Please.
okay, there's this scripture, Ecclesiastes 3. It says there's time for everything under heaven, and so there's a time to die, there's a time to live, there's time. So now, if you realize this is your time and then it's happening to you, then embrace it.
Yes.
If it is not your time, still embrace it. Like that is what we call contentment. That is what we call for you to
Yeah.
accept the situation. But then that does not mean you should kill yourself in it.
It doesn't mean that either. And it's a waiting period. So what are you doing while
Simple.
you wait
While
in that
you
timeline? Because it's still your timeline.
Uh-huh.
In that period, right? That you feel you're not yet where you're supposed to be. Time is still going.
It's still going. So what,
are you doing in your becoming?
You know, someone was telling us something. Barely 2 weeks ago, I was listening to this, and this person says something like this. He says this, so God has given each and every one of us opportunities, yeah, and timelines. You already
Of
know that.
course.
You don't even know how long your time is. You
Of
might
course.
just
You
drop dead in the
don't.
next 6.
Mhm.
You probably
Exactly.
have just 6 more months, or 8 years,
Or 3
or
seconds.
30
Or
years,
even 1
or 3
second.
seconds. Depends. So whatever it is, you already know that your time is limited. Although you don't know exactly when you
You
will
don't
drop
know
dead, but
exactly,
you know
yeah.
that your time is limited. So as much as possible, you do what you can do in the now. But you see, that's where we miss it. Nobody thinks about the now. Everybody wants to
True.
think about the future.
Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't be futuristic and then
You have to
envision
be.
what you want to see at
Yes.
your future.
The
but
next
no.
hour is your future.
Yeah, exactly.
course.
So it
So,
is.
so in as much as you need to be futuristic, it doesn't mean that you dwell so much in the future that you don't work on the present.
Yeah. I wrote down some scriptures, and I want to start with Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, right? It says, your vision given to you now, like no matter the wait, right? You have to wait on God. Now I'm trying to paint a picture here. Then I also have Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 that says, those who wait on the Lord, he will renew their strength.
Yeah.
Now if you feel tired, then
While
you're probably
waiting.
not on the right path.
True.
Now, before I finish, what I want to say is that Psalms 23 verse 14 says, wait for the Lord. Now, why Isaiah 40 verse 31 is interesting for me. It says, those who wait on the Lord, he will renew their strength. Now, you can never know if you are on the right path except through God. And he says, and the Bible says, those who wait on the Lord, he shall renew their strength. Meaning, if you, as a Christian, as a youth, as whoever watching us right now, and you truly want to know if you are on track concerning time, because as I clearly said, it can be stressful, it can be overwhelming. Just the thought alone of am I in the right place can be stressful. It's through God. And then if you can be patient enough to ask God, where am I heading to? Where are you leading
Show me the direction.
He will keep renewing your strength.
So
So
you
You
a
know,
lot of
You know,
he will keep
like
renewing your strength to wait.
and as much as these are true passages, like this passage, any passage from the scripture
It
actually
is
is true. So, but as much as this is very true, you know that sometimes, as you said, is overwhelming. But this overwhelmingness, I'm using that word. Please don't quote me anyway.
overwhelmingness. Wow.
See, although you can be overwhelmed, like it's like literally life is
Sure.
choking you out.
Yeah.
It's like especially in this kind of environment, things just don't seem to
To
work.
out.
And you begin to think, am I? Should I? Can I continue waiting? Or like, for instance, the one that is really affecting Lala's, especially when everybody's talking, Lala's, when are you gonna get married?
Wow.
some-
Why me?
You're not Lala,
I
don't worry,
forget.
don't feel you're not alone in this. Why are you not? Why are you not? We did here, share.
Yeah,
Very
like-
soon you'll be on that.
Oh, funny
don't think
No.
you're far
The
away
thing
from
is, when
that.
someone will ask you, when are you getting married, or why don't you have a child, when are you going to die? Yeah, like seriously.
I mean,
just
if you
ask
want
the
to be
person
mean,
back.
let's all be mean.
Let's all be mean.
Not
Because
need to
like
have bad
sometimes,
mouth.
like there's someone that
True.
will always say, "Why are you fat?" Like seriously, like there are things
I
you
love
shouldn't
being
tell
fat.
people. Do you
for Christ's sake.
understand?
I love
Like
being fat.
But you see, the point I was trying to make is this. See, in as much as you would hear questions like that,
Mhm.
and in as much as you might think like that at some point, because I know that at some point I was asking myself like, sisterly, excuse me, why haven't you done this yet? So why haven't you gotten a boyfriend for you yet?
Mhm.
Why haven't you
God's
agreed to
time
do
is the
this?
best.
Then I come, then I'm
Abi?
back, and I'm thinking, I'm like, are you even? Do you even think you're ready to accompany, like to accept? You're not ready for it yet. So
Yeah.
chill, take a chill pill, drink water,
True.
enjoy yourself
Yeah.
for
You know,
the time
most of
being.
the things
It's not yet time for that.
for
It's
that.
not
When the
yet
time is right,
If it's your time, if it is your time, it
you
will
see,
happen.
you see
People,
what we
that's
don't
what I always tell
understand.
myself.
We don't get it is that the time is not always ripe.
Mhm.
The time is only ripe when it is ripe.
Yes,
Shikenan.
that's all. Like,
An gama
like
turanci a gurin. Full stop.
you just said it. Like seriously.
Exactly.
Once it's
Yeah.
time, it will happen. And that's
Mhm.
why I always tell myself. In fact, I think I always tell myself that a lot. Like, when it's time, it will happen. So don't rush it. Just walk with the pace. Like,
You know what I
Yeah.
just
walk with
remembered?
God.
So God is very interesting. no?
Okay.
So God did promise us this thing, and I like I'm just trying to understand
Yeah.
this. We're talking from the Christian, from believers
Mhm.
side of the world. So think of this: God promised us a savior from. I'm trying to think for how long he
Before it
promised.
happened, like
Before
over
it
400
happened.
years
It
before
was-
it happened.
I think it was more than that.
More
I think it
than
was
that.
like a 400,
Yeah, it was-
400.
I
It
think
was
it
like
was a
it was
400
like
years
a
or
1,000 years.
400 years. Yeah, exactly.
It was like 1,000 years
Mm.
plus. And then he decides to bring in the savior, Jesus.
Mhm.
And then he took 30 years again
Before
before he now
died.
said, okay, let him die. And then after he died,
Can you imagine?
it still took us how many years? We're
you
still
know what?
living and we're still waiting.
This
And
one we can even calculate it, bro. I don't know if I'm quoting it right when it comes to the number, but like 1,000, is it 1,000 days or years to okay, you guys should help me out here. I must get this thing right, even if it is all we will do before we close.
Wow.
1,000 days.
It's
is a
like
day.
to God, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. A
Yeah.
1,000 days is
1,000
like a
days
day
is like
to
a
God.
day to God.
And then a
That's
day
the
to
most-
God is like
that's the
1,000
most
years.
scariest one to me.
So,
Because
Seriously.
just
So, it means
if-
we're not even up to a day.
we're not up to a day. So imagine if God is going to move with us without time. I mean, you might die without achieving, without him
and,
doing
and,
anything
and
for
you know,
you.
and
That's
you know
scary itself.
what interests
Mhm.
me more about this whole thing is that Paul says this. He said, in the fullness of time,
Mm,
God sent Jesus Christ,
yeah,
but it's still not the fullness of time
Of time.
for the judgment.
yeah.
Ah,
And you know
People of
something,
God.
still scriptural wise, what worries me is that why are we so carried away with our timeline or with our time pursuing things that will not even count in heaven?
yes,
Society.
I keep saying exactly.
it's
and this
societal pressure.
takes us back to the whole point of it's all societal pressure.
Mhm.
Like, why am I not worried that perhaps I'm on this earth and I'm the one responsible for 1 billion souls to know Christ? Why am I not worried that perhaps my singing voice is what will raise someone from dead? That I'm not yet there. Why am I not worried that, you know what, through what I am doing, this and this will happen? Why are we not worried that, you know what, for me to get to this place spiritually, it means I have to fast every day, I have to pray every day, I need to be on the mountain, I have to be doing things that will warrant this kingdom growth? Why are we not so carried away by the things that will populate heaven, that the things that will be kingdom movement, but we're always carried away by the things that won't give you the crown of life? I'm not saying I'm not saying that marriage is not important. I'm not saying our finances are not important.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of these things are not important. I mean, God put them in place for us.
For us.
But why are we not walked up, right?
about
about the
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 things,
things
that
of
he
God,
created
the
you
things
in the
that
first-
really
the
matter.
things that really matter. Why are we not worked up about those
That's
things?
the more reason why we need to keep away from let's say bad company or people that will influence us.
Yeah.
Because most times I think the influence from other people is what will make us think we need to do this thing. Like if this person has this thing, I need to have it
You
too.
need to have it. Yes.
Unhealthy competition. Because when you think this person is married, now I want to start hustling for a
Mhm.
man that is going to marry me like with immediate effect.
Yeah, my
Do you
peers
understand?
are getting
But
married.
do you understand?
I
Like,
have to.
if only most of us will actually think first and be like, it is not yet time, or maybe I should wait on God, maybe I should pray to God, I should ask God, when is my time coming? Like, when is time? Please let me be prepared, let me be ready for that
Exactly.
time.
We don't
Why,
ask
like,
those
we
questions.
don't ask
We
those
don't.
questions.
Why? Let's ask this question. Why is it that a young guy would not wait on an honest to do job, or would not go ahead to do an honest to do job
Because
just
your
because he
mates-
wants his time to be faster
Faster.
than it should be?
Because you feel
You
my
want
friend
Benz.
has money, he
You
has
want
Benz. So like I want to have Benz. So
Yeah,
rather
you
like
want
I
to
need it
hammer.
like right now.
No,
The
I
thing
think
is-
maybe he wants a Rolls Royce, not a Benz.
Not a
yeah.
Benz,
Yeah,
because
B.
some of us now will feel okay, since this person has a Benz, let me have something that is higher.
higher.
Now the thing is, what if you're not supposed to have that car? What if that car you're going to high school is going to kill you? Like, we don't know all this.
We
That is
don't
the more
ask those
reason why we
questions.
should ask God.
And
Like, we
that
should wait.
exactly, Lalas. That is just it's all about God. Every time I'm worked up
Uh-huh.
about where I should
Uh-huh.
be, I always ask God, where do you want me to be?
Simple.
That is my number one question, because you will craze
My dear.
just thinking that you're not where you're supposed to be,
You know-
because you feel the whole world is passing you by, everything is
True.
moving, and it's only you
Mhm.
that you're not moving. Whereas maybe God has planted you in the space where He wants you to be, and there's something that He needs you to do, but because you're carried away by what the world says you should be doing, not what He says you should do, you're walked up instead of doing what
What
you're
is-
supposed to do in the space
Okay.
you are.
So we want to do this now. We want
Yeah.
to be your time guides.
Mm-hmm.
Your time guides, your time
Yes.
guards.
Thank God.
Guardians of
gods.
time.
Guardians of time. So, get back to your timeline. It saves you a
Simple.
lot of
Yes.
stress.
That's all. Like,
Get back to your
Simple.
timeline.
Your timeline is your timeline. You
It
should know
saves
that
you a
it's
lot
nobody's.
of hard.
Yes.
and please don't forget that
It's not a
everybody
race
has
with
own
first
time.
place.
Like,
It's not a
everybody
race
has-
with first
it's
place.
not.
It's not a race with gold, silver, or bronze.
Not,
It's not
for
a
you to
world
get a
record
winner.
race.
No.
It's nothing like that. It's not.
Interestingly, this is the only race that everybody's a winner.
true.
Yes.
Except you choose to be a loser.
Everybody is a winner. So wherever you are, if you don't try to rush it. Find purpose through God. I
Through
don't know why
God,
I want to
that's all.
overemphasize
No,
that.
it's
No,
not
but
over.
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
an overemphasis. It is just the
Yeah.
right amount of
It
emphasis.
is,
We need
yes.
to continue to hear this as youths, as young people. We always do things and we don't think about what really matters.
We
As I
don't,
said,
yeah.
we don't think about how it pleases God. You just think about, let me get the money.
Like just right now.
You're not thinking that the way I'm getting this money is
Mhm.
right in God's eyes. See, interestingly, He would not want you to be poor. Excuse me, or he
no,
said
that's
that.
out of it.
He said
ask
that
him.
He has plans
He
for
has
me.
plans
So
for
if He
me.
has plans
And-
for me, should I not trust
And
Him?
they are
You should
good.
trust
Excuse
him.
They are
me.
good.
Yes. Stop
So-
racing after things that you will leave
It's
on
not-
earth.
Yeah.
And if you're on the right timeline, God will keep renewing your
True.
strength.
Yes,
strength.
exactly,
He will keep
exactly.
renewing your strength. It's just one of those things. He will renew your strength. You will keep finding strength even when you're about to give up. There will be something that will come and push you. There will be something that will come and wake you up because you know what? You are in the right timeline, and then God is not yet done with you. And He's telling you, wake up. Don't give up yet. I'm renewing your strength because you are almost there. Yes.
Don't compete with people.
Yes. Don't
Seriously,
compete.
like, I really want to emphasize on this. Like, you guys,
True,
you don't
true. Don't
understand.
compete.
No, seriously.
No,
because
like
the thing is,
I'm
right,
just laughing because of how true it is.
you
It's not.
guys, like, you're trying
Yeah.
to compete with someone because the person has something you don't have.
You do know that guys do compete on something very unreasonable. I'm just going off the track a little bit.
Like-
Very unreasonable. Excuse me. You're just riding on the road, and then a guy just comes and he overtakes you, and then the next thing you're doing,
Lord,
you're racing
I've
each
been in
other
this
just so that
situation.
he would overtake you.
What's
You
that?
don't
Just
do that.
egocentric.
No,
men
like,
on the road
seriously.
driving cars.
And I'm like, please, there's a human being here. Like, I'm not a robot.
It's not a race.
No.
I will ask
Do
you to
understand?
pull over. I'm like that. You can't rough drive.
But
Who
but
you
but,
be?
but the point now
Yeah.
is that a lot of us do that.
Mhm.
So when you have seen that this person is overtaking you, you don't know what this person has
Person
in
is-
ahead
Yeah.
of
Do you
him
understand?
or ahead of her. You just
Pull
go
over.
ahead and start racing this
I don't plan
person.
on dying with you. We are running a different race. If you have to die today, please die on your own.
But you see,
not
that's
ready
how we
yet.
treat. But that's how we treat our lives.
True,
You
true,
go ahead and
true.
you just want to race the
You
other
want to
person.
race
You want
the
to.
other
You want to
someone.
overtake the person.
True.
See, don't do that.
I like
I-
that narrative.
Seriously.
Yeah, true. That's it.
Please, there's time for
There
everybody.
is
Everybody
time.
has
Yes.
his time. Please
Yes.
work with God. That's all. Like for me, I feel working with God is the best option for me.
The
It's
only
like it's
option.
either God or God.
Yeah, it's the only option. We always feel like we have more than one
Seriously,
option, but
do you
this is the only
understand? This is
option.
the only
Yeah.
option.
I
because
love that.
if you
She
work
said
with
it's either God or God. I
Yes.
love it.
God or
simple.
nothing.
So like whatever, God or nothing.
Mhm.
So like whatever it is you're doing, so far as you tell God or you ask God,
Yeah.
you work with Him. Like you will succeed.
He
You
will
don't
renew
need to
your strength,
overtake
though. He
somebody.
will renew
He
your
will
strength.
renew your
He will.
strength. You don't need to overtake somebody. Just work on your own pace, and you realize
Mhm.
you're doing
You
it,
get
and
there.
you'll be happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely happy.
Yeah, and you see that's why we were just enjoying the whole
Yeah.
he's everything that we need. Everything I need. See, I'm not even going to be telling people this thing. You people need to listen to it for yourselves.
Yeah.
Listen to it and enjoy. Just enjoy the sound. It's really dope. This is actually from our guys, Stage One. Shout out Stage One.
Can we stand up and jump?
I think we can.
I don't want to. I'll just ask you.
God is actually everything.
Sikanida Papa, you are my Kamara Karewa. Fill me up with so much hunger for you that never
How come I don't have water? Okay, sorry.
You're everything, you're everything. Oh, you're everything I need. Oh, you're everything, you're everything.
Always well with you.